So it is a tight race at the top of the Big Ten West with Minnesota at the top. We'll get to them in a little bit. But for second place, deadlocked between Wisconsin and Iowa. So stakes were high today, along with the prize of the Heartland Trophy, which has been making its home here in Madison for the last 3 years. We pick it up in the second quarter. Jack Cohn handing it off to Danny Davis, the running back, apparently. 17 yards and a dive, and Wisconsin is good for 6. Badgers take the 7-3 lead. The defense holding the Hawkeyes to a field goal, and then the same duo, except going with a position on the roster this time. Cohn to Davis for the 4-yard score, 14-6 Wisconsin. Now the receiver core really showing up today. Third quarter now, Cohn airing it out to Quintez Cephas. That is a 52-yard completion. Then 2 plays later, it'll be Cohn to Cephas again, this time for a touchdown. 21-6 Wisconsin. Now this one got close at the end, but the Badgers hang on to win, and the Heartland Trophy getting pretty comfortable here in Madison. Wisconsin keeps it for the 4th straight year. Jay Wilson wraps up our coverage from Camp Randall.
3 weeks ago, the Badgers were ranked 6th in the country with a 6-0 record, but then losses at Illinois and Ohio State changed things, so they really needed a win, and they got it today against Iowa.
You know, it's a true test. You know, it's not like you just played on some lower division team. So it's great to get a win, you know, especially after a bye week and then 2 losses before that.
We talked about having a good bye week and taking advantage of the time we had to get better. And we did that, and then it led into a good week of practice before this game, and we were able to do some good things.
Jonathan Taylor and the offensive line had their struggles against Illinois and Ohio State, but boy, did they turn that around today, especially in the 4th quarter, as Taylor helped run out the clock, rushing for a game-high 250 yards.
I know I talked about it in previous weeks of being able to be more patient and allow those guys to work up to the next level, and I feel like we did a good job of doing that today. You know, 2-point game, 4 minutes, I mean, you got to make sure that you're on. You got to make sure that you're moving those chains.
Every day he comes, and you know you're going to get his best, and certainly, you know, the competitive, probably I think it affects maybe all around him as much, if not more, than JT.
If the Badgers are going to win the Big Ten West, they're still going to need a little help. In fact, Paul Chris was asked if he's now going to cheer for Iowa against Minnesota next week, and Chris just said, I'll just worry about our guys. At Camp Randall Stadium, Jay Wilson, News 3 Now Sports.
And Jonathan Taylor with 250 yards on the ground. Second time this season that he's rushed for more than 200. And next week, off to Nebraska. Just announced tonight that game will kick off at 11 a.m.